zooming into the eye area, I'm going to create a kind of dark, pointy area coming out from the eye. When I zoom out, it looks like this. Go ahead and erase the lines underneath these back scales. We're going to kind of more attach these back scales to the actual back of the gator. I drew some stitches through the bottoms of them. Can connect this jaw curve together right here where this is curving down. You can do that. I don't want to draw every single scale on the gator's face. I'll just put in some suggested texture areas. In this lower jaw area, I will just put in 3 kind of long ways ovals that are close together. When I zoom out, it looks like this. Make them touch. I can make mine touch a little bit better than that. I'll do the same thing up here. Zooming in, I'll make these a little bit smaller, some ovals. That are really close together. It's just a suggested texture. A little goes a long way. A nostril hole needs to be put into the nose area. All that is a diagonal dot, long dot. When I zoom out, it looks like this. I'm going to create a bit of a grid underneath the gator. To do this, I'll skip a little bit from the bottom where the gator's going off the page, and I'll sketch me a line that follows along with the bottom of the gator. And then I'll split this underside in half with this line. Skipping some more space from that line that we just made, skipping upward, I'll follow along with the previous line and have it disappear kind of up into the gator's jaw. Doing that again, having it curve up into the gator's jaw, and I can fit one more. You may not be able to fit one more. Kind of looks like we've made stripes on a flag. Leave this area blank. The skin that's underneath the mouth, I'll zoom in. I'm going to put wide letter U's. You want them to touch the sides, but I'll stop right about here. When I zoom out, it looks like this. Place the finger that you don't write with right here. We're going to use our finger as like a pretend magnet that guides the lines towards it. I'll skip some space from this jaw area and curve under and have it point towards the finger area. I'll go and skip some more space here and have it curve down and pretending like my finger is a magnet, pulling it towards that finger. Again, I'll put my pencil here and curve down and over to the right, pretending like my finger is a magnet. And I have enough room to do a little one here, pretending like all of the lines are going towards our finger. When it comes to planning out your color for your gator, you don't have to choose the exact same colors as I do. You just have to use the same pressures for your fades and fade in the same type of directions that I fade. I recommend when choosing colors that the under part of the gator be a light color. If you look at regular images of gators, they usually are darker on the top parts and lighter at the bottom. Examples of light colors are tans, yellows, light blues. Here I have orange, light green, peaches. Just like what we did when we colored the rose, you need to select a shadow color. The shadow color that I chose for both of these gators was this purple. You can choose purple, gray, a darker blue if you have a darker one, brown. And if you have black, then just don't go as heavy as I go if you do use a black. Now that you have your shadow color out, you need to go ahead and choose one of those light colors that I was talking about earlier to do these stomach scales. So 2 colored pencils should be out. In order to start addressing these individual scales, we're going to outline a scale one at a time in our shadow color and do a particular fade inside of each one. Take your shadow color. I'll go ahead and zoom in. Find one of these long ways diamonds and kind of medium pressure, hazy outline that diamond. Switch from your shadow color to your stomach scale color. From right to left, we're going to do a large level 6, 5, 4, 3 fade. Or if you want to start on the other side and do a 3, 4, 5, 6, whichever way is most comfortable. I'm starting on my right and laying in a very heavy level 6. I'll go about that far with it, changing my pressure into a level 5. Bringing the level 5 again very far over to the left. Going into a level 4. And then ending with a medium pressure level 3 on the left angle. Go all the way to your edges, don't leave any gaps. Make sure you don't have any contrast lines. When I zoom out, it looks like this. Switching back into my shadow color, medium pressure, hazy, outlining another long ways diamond. This helps me focus on my next area because the fades start to get confusing after a while. They turn into a bit of an optical illusion. I have my next section outlined. On the right side, another 6, 5, 4, 3 fade going out to the left. Level 6, all in this corner. I'm trying to find a good angle where I don't cast so much of a shadow. Level 6, because this scale is smaller, I already am going to go into a level 5. 4. And 3. I can fix that contrast line a little bit more. Another 6, 5, 4, 3 fade. Switch back into your shadow color. Find another long ways diamond. Medium pressure, hazy outline. The long ways diamond. And yet again, on the right side, 6, 5, 4, 3 fade. Heavy pressure. As heavy as I can go. Yes, I am mixing it into the outline as well on the edges, not leaving any gaps. 6, 5, 4. When you get close to the edge here, really hold down the paper with these circles. See, that happens when I don't hold it down that well, as the paper starts to crinkle. This is what it looks like when that whole left side is finished. When you do the fade pattern enough, it starts to look three-dimensional and also makes it look like it is shiny. When you get to this area, it does start to get a bit awkward because you don't have that perfect diamond shape anymore. But what you're still going to do is outline even if it's not the exact same shape as mine, outline kind of the more awkward connective area, and still do a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 fade from right to left. I'm still figuring out the best way to do this without there being a shadow. Level 6. Quite a large area of level 6 because this is a very large scale that we've made. Going into a 5. Now into a 4. And a medium pressure 3 on the left side. Underneath the mouth, we can go ahead and take our outline color and outline these curves. The very bottom the part that splits them in half, and the part where the face is meeting the skin underneath. Grab your scale color, and even though it's small, in each individual scale, do 6, 5, 4 threes. Things are going to get darker underneath the chin. Notice how it's still pretty bright right here. With our shadow color, we are going to add some 3-2-1 fades first and then bring down our shadows even more. I find it easier to follow along with this next shadow pattern or fade pattern if we turn our paper up and down. Level 3, making this area kind of hazy. Doing some back and forth sweeps. We're going to fade this out later. Hazing that outline out to the right. When I zoom out, I'm still going to haze when it comes to this curve. Level 3, hazy sweeps. Curving. Now we're 3-2-1 fading and mixing into those scales. 3-2-1, 3-2-1. We have our 3 already. Gonna blur that 3 out into a 2, and then a 1 is gonna touch the other side. Things are going to start to curve. It's still 3-2-1. It's just steadily curving out to the right. Or should I say 3-2-1-0, because it's fading out into nothingness. It has nothing else to grab onto over here. Turning my paper back long ways, and it's looking like this. There's an area that I want to exaggerate some level 1, possibly level 2 shadow, and it's where this inward bump is. We're off to a very strong start, focusing on this curve right here. Level 3, kind of hazy outline. This curve. And zooming in, we're going to do a 3-2-1 long fade out and away from there. So level 3 is actually going to go out for quite a ways. I got to build it up though. Connecting it to my old shadow. It's okay if it goes on the original scales. You actually want them to. Extending this level 3. I'll zoom out just to show you what kind of shape we're making right now with our shadow. Going into a level 2. Yes, I'm even getting it on the old scales as well. Level 2 for quite some way. And level 1 off the page. On these little texture scales right here, I'll go a bit lighter with my outline, doing some level 2 kind of hazy outline. I want there to be a suggested texture, but I don't want it to be distracting. That's why I'm kind of staying light on my outline. This curve above our texture, we're going to level 3, haze this curve, and then 3-2-1 going down from it. I have too much of a shadow happening here, so I'm going to turn my paper up and down to show you this. So you go ahead and turn your paper up and down so you guys can actually see this 3-2-1 that I'm doing out to the right. Changing this 3 into a 2. And then gently on the edges, level 1, it needs to fade into nothingness. 3-2-1, 0 into nothingness. When I turn my paper back long ways, it's looking like this.